Hi everybody, it's me, it's Becky, and I'm giving you another super shaky car video because I'm on my way to work and I felt really bad about not doing a video last week. I was not in the headspace to do it, so I didn't do it. I believe this is my week 19 video. I hope it is. Anyway, today is Wednesday, October 18th. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG, on June 6th, 2018. And my height weight in December of last year was 320. My pre-op diet start weight, my pre-op diet was only 1 week, so it started on May 30th of this year. I was 295.2, and my day of surgery weight was 284 even. So the last video I did, I believe I was 222, I wrote my notes down, 222.2, and then one of the umpteen reasons why I didn't feel in a space to do a video, which it shouldn't matter regardless, whatever. I was 223.8, so I had gained, almost 2 pounds. Now, that wasn't even the highest last week. I got back up to 224 I don't know, but it was over 224. And I had a very real moment of, I'm in my honeymoon period, I should just be losing. Look how easy it is for me to still gain weight. So, kind of had a head check there last week, which was good. I needed it, obviously. And so today I come in at 219.2. So I'm at a loss for last week. I'm at a loss for the week prior, which is good. Down 3 pounds since my last video. Overall, since my high weight, I'm down 101 pounds. Since my pre-op diet, I'm down 76, and since my day of surgery, I am down 64.8 in 19 weeks. So that is phenomenal, if you ask me, and you're not, but I'm giving you my opinion anyway. So let's talk about, I have traffic. Let's talk about my last 2 weeks. So my husband came home for 4 days, which was great. We did lots of fun stuff with the kids, and unfortunately for me, I ate lots of fun stuff with the kids, which contributed obviously to my weight gain. I also kind of just didn't really exercise much. I exercised one night that he was home, and kind of got out of a routine that I was in. But it was very easy for me to get back on the exercise routine because I do enjoy sweating and I do enjoy working out. So back on it as far as exercise. The hardest part for me has always been the food, the eating, because I want to keep eating. And obviously, you're not supposed to do that when you're dieting. In life, you're not supposed to just keep eating. I try to remember Dr. V's kind of little mantra that it's natural to be hungry, it's unnatural to be full. I try to remember that, but I love the feeling of being full. And now, with my tiny stomach, I don't really ever get full. I get uncomfortable, but I'm like, I know I can shove more freaking food in there. And so I did. I tested my limits this last week, and I was very uncomfortable, but I hate to say it, but I was happy. Like, in that moment I was happy, but obviously immediately thereafter I was like upset with myself, because I just felt like, if you don't get this together, you're going to be that statistic that weight loss surgery does not work for, and I don't want to be that statistic. Because one, I don't want to gain my weight back. And two, I don't want to feel like a financial failure because I paid out of pocket for this surgery. That alone is like, I am so scared because I don't want to feel like I just wasted my family's hard-earned money on myself and then I didn't even do it. So I tested my limits with food. I didn't exercise as much, and when I did start to get back, it took me a couple days to like really get back. I just did not, I mean, I would go for my jog, but I would do 1 lap instead of 2. I would only jog the first mile instead of jogging the whole first lap. I mean, it was just, each workout was a little bit different, but it was still not as intense as it needed to be. And it's getting cold out, so that didn't help. But that being said, you still got to do it, right? Last weekend was super freaking busy for me. Friday after work, I had the grade school carnival my kids go to. So I went and worked a couple of the little game booths, and my mother-in-law took the babies to go play all the games. So I was there for several hours, and which was okay. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but there was nothing to eat. You know, I had to like shovel in food as soon as I got home because we had to immediately turn around and leave to get up there on time. Saturday morning was the school district that we're in. Every year they put on a 5K to raise funds for the school district. And so the kids, they do running club at school, so they go in early every Friday and they run to build up the endurance to run a 5K, which they don't. My kids suck at running, and I'm okay with that because they're little, but it makes it hard for me to run. So anyway, we did that, and it was awful. My littlest cried or complained the entire time. My daughter, she did the race last year, so she knew what was up. She walked, 20 feet behind me the whole time. I just had to keep turning and telling her to catch up. I also, in addition to signing them up for the 5K, I signed them each up for the Kids Dash, which is like a little 100-meter dash, and it goes by age group. So Liam, my littlest, decided he was not running. Okay, that's fine. After the first group of kids, which he would have been in, he wanted to run. Obviously, it's too late now, buddy. You blew it. So he was mad about that. Then my daughter's group came up, and she's so excited when it comes to racing other kids. She's very competitive. And I love that about her, but it also puts me in a position to be very sad for her. So she starts, they, blow the whistle, whatever. So all the little girls start running. Allison completely runs out of her shoe and stops, goes back, puts her shoe on, and is crying the rest of the way. And it just broke my heart to see her so upset about losing her shoe in this race. It was heartbreaking because, one, she's probably embarrassed, and two, she didn't win. To be fair though, the little girl that won looked like she knew what was up. And I think they had like 6 to 8 years old, and Allison is 6. So she's not quite as, used to running, I guess. Maybe that's an excuse. So we did that Saturday, and that was Saturday morning. Didn't do anything in the afternoon. That night was, Allison went to a birthday party, and this was at a gym, like one of those gymnastics gyms, and they also had workout equipment. Well, I'd never been there, but there was nobody working out on the workout equipment, and I didn't know any of the parents aside from the birthday girl's parents at the party, so I wasn't gonna monopolize their time. So I snuck off and I went to the gym, and I worked out a little bit. Felt a little awkward coming back to the party sweaty, but I don't think anybody noticed or cared. So that was exciting. And then I might have run that night. I don't remember. But Sunday morning, I got up, not entirely early, but I got up fairly early because I knew I wanted to go run. My son had a birthday party that afternoon, so I had to do a run before he got back. Okay, so my neighborhood is 3.1, insert a random number, miles. And I like running my neighborhood because it has lots of hills, and you know, I can control my pace really well in my neighborhood, or at least I know how to control my pace. But there's a park, a community center by my house. They have a trail that people either walk, jog, run, or bike. And so I wanted to go try it out. I knew it was over 4 miles. I thought it was 5, but I wasn't sure, so I was going to find out. And my idea, I thought it was 5 initially. My idea was to walk the first mile, jog the second and third mile, and then, and fourth mile, I was going to do jog a 5K, and then walk the last mile. So I got in, and I'm walking the first mile. As soon as it rolls over to the next mile, I start jogging, and I felt like we were jogging up the hill the whole time. I mean, we weren't, but it was more intense than I thought, because I'd only ever walked it before. So I got the second and third miles jogged, and then I walked the rest, and I didn't actually finish the entire route. I took an alternate route, so it would have been over 5 miles had I finished the whole route. It was 4.34 when I got back to my car. So according to my little GPS watch, whatever, miles 2 and 3, the ones that I jogged, were both under 12 minutes, which was fan-freaking-tastic, because that's like right now the goal that I'm working on progressing past is getting my miles under 12 minutes. So that's really good. And then overall, I did all of it in less than an hour. So just over 4 miles in under an hour. And it was like 56 minutes. Not much under an hour, but it was under an hour. So overall, I think my average pace was 13:05, which is still good. So, and I could be lying about that. I feel like that's what it was, but it might not be. Anyway, so I did that. And then Monday night, I felt really good about that. And then at this point, the scale is starting to go back down. Monday night, I decided I was not going to run outside. I was going to run downstairs on the treadmill. So, and I had a thought, I wonder if I could run a mile in 10 minutes. Because I can do it in 11 and a half. Why not shave off a minute and a half just out of the blue? So that's 6 miles an hour. I got on and I walked the first minute just to kind of loosen up a little bit. You know, I don't want to pull a hammy. I start running at 6 miles an hour starting on the second minute, and I was like, nope, not ready for this. I lasted a minute. So I thought, well, I'm not gonna not try this. So I did alternating every other minute at 6 miles an hour. And then I would walk, you know, in between to catch my life because it was flashing before my eyes. So I did that for like 20 minutes. That was my workout. And it was a short workout, but I tell you, I busted my butt. And then last night I went back downstairs and I did an interval workout with my max speed being 5 miles an hour at any given moment. And then the incline would change anywhere from, I think it went from 1 to 8 8 was the highest. And so varying degrees of speed. I think the lowest speed was 3.2 miles an hour. up to the 5. And I did that for 20 minutes, and then I walked, I don't know how long I walked after that. I think maybe 5 minutes at 3.7, which I'm trying to figure out the fastest pace that I can walk comfortably, because I jog pretty slowly. Like, I'm averaging 4.5 miles an hour probably when I jog. So if that gives you any idea of how slow I'd run or jog. Anyway, so I'm back on it. The scale is reflecting that, and it's giving me a renewed, I said nude. It's giving me a renewed sense of accomplishment, which is nice, because I've been losing, and I wasn't frustrated with that. It was just, I just didn't have any, I don't know. I didn't have any inspiration in myself or motivation in myself, and I'm trying to work on that. So this video is already way too long. I apologize if you stuck with me. You're amazing, and I love you. I love you all anyway, regardless. I hope you're all having a great week. It's Wednesday, and I'm taking the next 2 days off, so I'll be off for a 4-day weekend, and I'm going to use it wisely. My husband's coming home today, hopefully for good, and I will see you all next week. Bye.